Hi YouTube, and this is JShrine987, and I'm back this time with my review of the DC Universe Classics Swamp Thing figure. Now, this is the figure that was first available from Comic-Con. However, this is not the Comic-Con exclusive one. I picked this guy up off MattyCollector.com, which means he does not come with the two Unmen, Ophidian and Cranius, I think their names were. But get a look at this box. This is just an absolutely beautiful box they've done here. Of course, you got Swamp Thing. It's kind of cut out like trees, and you can see the other box like leering at you like it's Swamp Thing's face. On the back of the packaging here, it says, "Doused in burning chemicals, the dying Alec Holland fell into the swamp. His spirit rose as a mass of plant life in the shape of a giant man, now an earth elemental. The Swamp Thing protects the entire planet, inspired by the Green Hero. Mattel offers a package in the shape of Swamp Thing's head, made from 100% molded pulp material." So, speaking of that, we'll actually open this guy up. You've got Personal Journal, property of Dr. Alec Holland. This is kind of like he's got notes and burns, and then it has a picture of Swamp Thing up here. It's actually the figure, which I find neat. It says, "From the desk of Matt Cable, Swamp Thing, the monster who killed Alec and Linda Holland, appears to be a giant pile of moss and roots. Leaves behind slimy green trail, incredible strength, pulled chandelier from ceiling and used as a mace. Bought mechanical creatures with hydraulic arms, must weigh at least 400 pounds. Last known location, Scottish Moors, Vermont, Swiss Village, Gotham City, Appalachian mining town." Over here's just some random notes that Dr. Holland wrote before he became Swamp Thing. So, very nice. Pulling this cardboard out here. Getting Swamp Thing's head out. I'll throw this off to the side. A very awesome looking box here. Very nice. Of course, you gotta pull these tabs out. Oh, there's Swamp Thing. Yeah, but you can see the way the packaging is designed. We got Swamp Thing and his base, which one moment while I clear this clutter away. And here we have Swamp Thing out of packaging, and he is a very massive figure. We'll get a quick size comparison in here, which we'll use the DC Universe Classics Wave 18 Captain Boomerang, just because he's the only one I've got close at hand. And you can just see Swamp Thing easily dwarfs your regular DC Universe Classics figure, so very nice. They've also, as I'm sure everyone knows by now, they've given this figure an endoskeleton as far as his articulation, which of course means that most of his joints are beneath his skin. Now, while that's a cool concept on paper, I don't know how well it's been executed, because I've heard a lot of people complain that if you bend the arms too far, the joint actually breaks the skin. But as far as his articulation, he does a full 360 at the head, some up and down. He's got an ab crunch, you can hear that click. There's also little holes in his chest here, which I guess are allowed so that it won't dry out. His arms are on a ball joint, go out to a full 360. You can hear that very audible squeaking. You can see the elbow joint. Kind of afraid to do too much with that one because I don't want it to break. I don't believe there's any... Oh, yep, there's wrist articulation. You can see it's bending there. So, legs, forward, back, and out. Knee joint. It's all very, very stiff. And ankle joint. So yeah, I like the fact that the endoskeleton gives him a lot more well, it adds a lot more to his sculpt, but at the same time, I don't really think it does much for the figure, because now I end up being more concerned of, is this going to wear down over time? Is this going to, break if I put in a certain pose? So, I'm glad to see it. I'm just kind of worried about the condition it's going to be in after a while. He can stand just fine without his base, but I'm glad they gave it to him, because sometimes he gets a little wobbly. They've done a great job on his base as well. Of course, it's some collapsed tree trunks. There's a skull and some bones over here. You can kind of see the imprint of his feet, some roots. Just a really great base. Of course, he does have a foot peg. And let's actually get him pegged onto his base here. They've done an absolutely beautiful job designing Swamp Thing. Of course, you can see his head. He's got the beady red eyes, the roots. And I mean, they've just done an absolutely amazing job. All the moss looks great. The vines, he's got little flowers blooming, some mushrooms. I mean, while I'm not crazy about the endoskeleton design, I can't deny it doesn't look amazing. So Swamp Thing is just an absolutely fantastic figure. I got this guy, like I've already said, off MattyCollector.com, which means he doesn't come with two of the little unmen that would clip on him. While I am aware of who those characters are and that they do tie into Swamp Thing, I just wasn't going to pay an extra $30 to get them. The Comic-Con exclusive Swamp Thing, exactly like this except with unmen, is currently, at the time I'm making this video, running you roughly around $60 with shipping. I got this guy off MattyCollector.com without unmen, and he cost me right around, I think, $35 after shipping, which I was more than willing to pay. A massive figure, going to look beautiful in your DC Universe Classics collection. Like I've already said, I'm not crazy about this endoskeleton design. Well, I'm torn on it. I love the way it makes the figure look, but the articulation is definitely a concern. But if you're a Swamp Thing fan, a DC Universe fan, I mean, this guy's just a classic, iconic character. You gotta own this guy. And that being said, this is JTrain997, and I'll see you soon, YouTube.